We had a customer call in, and they said, I've got my PS5 and a Joel, and I'm trying to get the best sound out of it possible. And I thought, well, I have a PS5. I haven't done this test in quite a while, so let's bring it in and figure it out. And that's what we did.
We did.
So we've got all of our equipment here, everything that we use to test with, and spent a lot of time trying to come up with the best way to get audio out.
Well, it was mainly you spending a lot of time.
It was, and then making you listen
That's right.
to the results.
Yeah, when it was done, it's like, come on, check it out. All right.
Now, we did make a video a while ago about what you're looking for in gaming. Do you guys remember what our general takeaway was on that?
I believe it was mostly positional accuracy,
Yeah.
but kind of depends on the game you're playing and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
So imaging first, really, and then we kind of talked about dynamics and soundstage are nice to have depending on the genre. Yeah. But something else we talked about was convenience. Like
sure.
You had mentioned that you like the JDS Labs,
right,
because of how easy it was to operate. So same thing still applies when we get away from the PC and we get into the console. The trick is trying to make all that work together.
Right. Well, and the other thing is with a console, everybody has the same one. See, with a PC, everybody has all different hardware. Everything's different. There's no, like, you do this, and that would be
but
fine.
that's theoretically an advantage, though, right? Because if you do something that's a little unusual, that gives you a bit of a peak over everyone else. It's way less likely that someone else is going to do that compared to PC, where obviously it's a super wide range of hardware.
I mean, it was really nice to be able to Google things and have actual answers to exactly what I need.
Yeah, you can't be like, Google your exact configuration of the PC you built.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I don't know what you have. You know.
So thank you, Internet, for helping me structure this video.
It seems we have a system here, though.
We do. So I started off with the PS5 because that was the one that the customer was asking about. We have the PS5 Pro here, but I did have access to a PS5. And the first thing I'll say is that between the PS5 and the Pro, there is a major difference in the structure of the device in order to be able to listen to headphones on a console. The USB out of the PS5 standard is severely gimped, like 90% less volume, very flat sounding. But the PS5 Pro, using USB audio on this is actually an option. So you can plug your DAC right into it. But that has a limitation too. Now, I don't know it that well, but UAC 1.0, do you know what the history on that is or how that works? No. From what I understand, it's so USB, there's levels to USB audio control, and it's 1 and 2. Wow. And just about everything in the world uses 2.
Except for this?
Except the PS5. So from a spec standpoint, it's limited to 96K. So that's really, it's just bandwidth.
Right, that's not really a problem.
It shouldn't be a problem, right? So, and on this in general, it isn't. You know, you plug it in, you get, for anybody who's going through this testing and you're doing the settings in your PlayStation menus, when you plug it in, you should get 48K. So if you're looking at your DAC, that's a way to know, like, okay, I set it to the right thing because it's 48K. Because I saw like 16K and 44K, and I'd be like, oh, I messed something up. So we did have a USB DAC that did support that, the FIO K17 that we were using to test. The other way to get audio out is optical from the TV.
Right.
So for this discussion, let's just assume that optical and ARC have the same restrictions, because in general they do.
Right. I mean, technically, you'd have to unplug it, plug the other thing back in. Most people don't want to do that every time you want to.
No. So. That loses the convenience and functionality that we talked about. It kills it immediately, I think. But they do sound the same from my testing. I couldn't tell the audible difference. And in general, I'll stop there because there's other options. That, Bluetooth, and using the USB out of the PlayStation sounded exactly the same. I mean, we tried very hard to pick out differences.
Yeah.
And so, in that situation, if one of those things is convenient, then use the most convenient one, I guess. I mean, if you're not using ARC, use it for this. It works fine. But we did find an accidental solution. And what was that?
Well, I mean, I don't know where it even came from. Why did you initially get this box? But, yeah. We were using a different TV. Well, you eventually used this TV, but the other TV didn't have ARC and didn't have optical or something. So you got this HDMI converter box.
Yep.
On Amazon.
It's an HDMI audio extractor.
Right.
And I did find some that are like $15,000. So I guess there is like
the what now?
Like Pro.
Yeah. So that gray box, what you do is you plug in your HDMI from your PlayStation or any other device into it, and then it strips the audio out in a D to D, and you can get optical out of it. This one happens to do analog too, so there's a little DAC in there, and then it passes through to your TV. So for some reason though, whatever it's doing for D to D in there had a little extra oomph.
It sounded different, and we didn't know why. We still don't know why.
It was different, better.
It was better.
It was better, yeah.
Yeah, in this case, it was definitely better. The games that I used during testing were, I tried to get a wide gamut to cover everything. So I used Marvel Rivals, which is a PvP game, is wildly popular, Gran Turismo 7, and Cyberpunk, which everybody knows. And all three of those games did have major, I could hear differences, and it was, able to optimize. But the one that was really easy to pick out was God of War Ragnarok. So that was the one that I made you guys.
Yeah, that one I heard, yeah.
Yeah, basically we just started the game with a new game and watched the opening sequence over and over again.
Yeah.
What were the parts of it that stood out the most?
It's like the biggest thing, and it's like immediate, is he's like has a knife and he's making arrows, and it's like this metallic shing, and out of anything that wasn't this converter box, it just completely went away. But then when we were using that, it had a very metallic shing, and then literally every other way it was just like.
It was like missing.
Yeah, I don't even know
information. Maybe?
Yeah, it's weird. Everybody needs to try this because it's crazy.
Yeah, in the comments, I hope anyone with God of War Ragnarok start a new game and listen and tell us if you can hear the metallic scraping of the arrows. So, but yeah, so that was like, and the immersion keeps going because like I kept watching it and playing it. Yeah. They start walking in the snow. The snow's like crunchy. Yeah. It's muffled in the other ones.
Yeah. It's weird because it just loses that realism.
Yeah.
I still don't know why.
So then I took the box and I went back to the other games, and things like Gran Turismo, like the burbles and pops, feel, especially when you're behind the vehicle, incredibly. It's just immersive. They really pay attention clearly in those. And then Marvel Rivals, you guys play a lot of PvP games, right? Normally, is that kind of all you play?
I wouldn't really say a lot.
Yeah, not
like
a lot.
When you're gaming,
sure.
Like Fortnite and stuff like that, like all the kids.
Yeah, like the kids.
The kids like.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would assume for Fortnite on the PS5, then you'd also see a level of increase.
Probably, but I use a PC, so I don't know.
Yeah. It's mostly, in that area, it would be about staging, I guess, because imaging is important too, but you want to know how far away they are.
Well,
so,
yeah.
Like if you can just feel it.
Yeah, footsteps and such. Yeah.
So that was the PS5. That's about the best you're going to get. What we noticed, if someone has a PS5 Pro, that's relatively cheap.
Right.
If you're trying to use your multi-$1,000 headphones on your system.
That $15 or whatever it is.
Yeah, might as well. Maybe you don't hear the same thing we did.
Right.
Buy it on Amazon, return it. That's fine. But at least we saw something cool out of it.
Yeah.
Going into the other consoles, Xbox Series X. I don't have one here. I was able to sample one though. It sounds really good through the optical through the TV, or with a box that rips out the audio or whatever. But those are your only options.
Right.
There's no Bluetooth, no USB. That's it. So I mean, the console sounded fine, but that if you're gonna plug it into your system, that's it.
Yeah.
But the real standout, the real surprise, because I was having issues with the PlayStation. I brought in the Nintendo Switch, and the old version and the 2 have the same audio system, and it makes you think that the PlayStation is broken. That's how good it sounds. Plug in any way you want to it, regardless. Just fantastic experience. So Nintendo's got that dialed in for sure.
It's rather curious.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like
maybe it's a hardware limitation or something.
It's a tablet, so it has a lot less room to manage that, right?
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, it's kind of strange that the PS5 has seemingly profound limitations.
It does, yeah. I don't think they. I think that it's probably because Sony wants you to use licensed headsets if you're going to do audio.
Yeah.
Right.
Because for one of the major reasons is a lot of the games you want to talk to people.
Sure.
While you're playing.
Yeah.
So to get audio into a mic in this setup is very challenging.
Well, yeah.
You're going to need like a splitter on your controller or something with a separate mic or something. So.
Yeah, so pretty much everybody's probably using wireless gaming headsets.
Right,
so.
yeah. So they
probably don't even care.
No, I don't think they care at all. Yeah. I would imagine if you could get to someone, they'd probably tell you that they just haven't developed it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the Nintendo Switch was absolutely fantastic. So for an audiophile who just likes the game, the Switch 2 just came out. It's 4K. That's a pretty good option. And yeah, I was playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and it was like ethereal immersion. It was really incredible how, like, little details, like when you're talking to there isn't dialogue in the game, but when you're interacting with someone outside, and then the conversation moves inside, and like all of a sudden it goes from like outside to like a little subtle echo drives up and everything.
Yeah.
So the point of that is, though, it varies per game.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing I noticed at least on PC. A lot of games these days do sound really good.
Right. Like they're paying a ton of
as long as you have obviously good equipment to listen to them on. But yeah.
And some of them don't care.
Right.
It's just the opposite issue.
Right.
So when the sound design is good, it's really worth the time. Joel to DZ in that environment, what'd you think?
It was a bigger difference than I was thinking it was going to be, for especially like sound effects.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, they obviously both worked fine. But the DZ was a little bit better.
Well, it's made specifically for more resolution, so it seems quite plausible that if that's an emphasis, that would be something that would be advantageous. But it's obviously got to depend on the game. I would imagine Joel's going to give you a pretty fantastic experience all around. But if you're going to these lengths, then sure, probably DZ would be superior for the attributes you're looking for out of a gaming console. And it's just a little bit faster, a little bit more resolving.
Yeah. I mean, the Joel was still great. It was really good.
Oh, yeah.
It was an excellent experience. And if I didn't have DZ,
right, then
I would have not known.
Well, not only that, like for me, like I use a DZ while gaming, so I'm like used to it. So maybe it's just like, oh yeah, this is what I'm used to hearing. So
I know that the diminishing returns argument is in audio all the time, but this is one of those where I was kind of like, all right, well,
if you have both, use the DZ.
This is actually a pretty decent difference.
Yeah.
And then we also got into pads.
Right.
I think there's a obvious pad choice.
Sure.
Here, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, again, it's the same thing. It was essentially the same as going between these two with the pad swap, though. Again, it's like another similar change again. So, while the Joel's a little softer, and mainly because of the pads, but then you do the same thing with the DZ. You put the vegan pads on, and it softens it a little bit, and it gets not all to this level, but in between.
Right.
So,
I use ported suede pads on a prototype DZ, I think, to game.
Me too.
Okay.
Same thing.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
So that's my more or less preference, I suppose, but I haven't exhaustively tested all the different attributes. But what's better about the suede that makes it the obvious choice?
Well, in gaming, I've mainly just like comfort.
Right.
Yeah. Softer,
Now, the issue is here, though, in this test, probably because the fidelity, especially out of the PlayStation, is so much lower than PC.
Yeah.
You really needed the leather pads.
Yeah.
Like
pretty much.
A lot of details lost.
Right. You would be surprised. I was surprised, let's just say.
Okay.
So at the difference.
The benefit is on the leather pads.
For sure, yeah.
So in this case, yeah.
Yeah, so like for long gaming sessions, you touched on the suede.
Yeah.
The hybrid, because you get the suede still with the leather sound.
Yeah.
And I think it's unquestionable that the base ported is needed for every game.
Yeah, it's very nice, especially like I think of that a lot, like with explosions in a game or something. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
You think that might be a little distracting sometimes, and you think,
No.
well, that sounds nice. You know?
Yeah, they normally have those explosions really pop in to kind of startle you, so more of that's better.
Yeah.
In God of War, there's a dog sled scene, but of course they're like dire wolves or something.
Right.
And like with the bass porting, it feels like they're pounding the ground.
Yeah.
And then that's just gone without it. So that's leather bass ported or hybrid bass ported, for depending on your comfort, is seems to be about the strat. Well, there you go. So maybe you have a console already and you're not able to use it as much because it bothers your family while they're sleeping and you need headphones. We've got a few solutions for you. It's definitely worth checking out. Maybe you used to game, you want to get back into it, but not having a nice setup was prohibitive. For $50, there's a device that could integrate it nicely into your stack. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out. You can find us through the chat on the website or give us a call. A discussion like this, probably a phone call is better, because there's kind of a lot that goes into it.
In this case, we did go through all this work because of someone calling.
Because we did. So so please call in. It generates great discussions. Thank you everybody for watching, and take care.